So, your name, your age, and what rank you had.
Jason Anthony Balzarini. Right now I'm 31, and the rank of Staff Sergeant.
You served in the United States Army or United States National Guard?
That's correct.
Thank you. What was your military? What is your military occupational specialty?
I'm an engineer.
Combat engineer, or?
I have several MLSs. The one I hold now is construction supervisor.
Ah.
So that's the standard now. How long did you serve? How many times were deployed?
I joined the National Guard when I was 17. Deployed twice with the U.S. Border Patrol down in Arizona. I deployed once to Afghanistan, Regional Command South. That was in 2012, 2013.
Where were you stationed?
I was stationed, let's see. Main duty station was Camp Edwards. Several temporary duty stations. Fort Huachuca, Fort Bliss.
So, most of the people, so you were at the border?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, kind of interesting question here, but how did the border experience compare to your experience in Afghanistan? Or can you compare those two at all?
Oh yeah, you can compare them. Down on the border in Afghanistan, I mean, the climate was pretty much the same. You know, it's a desert.
Yeah.
You know, down there we were tasked out to work with the Border Patrol for, you know, engineering operations as well as security operations. And this operation called OJS, it was Operation Jumpstart, in an effort to try and build a wall and secure the border. Ultimately, I believe the mission has fallen through. I'm sure, as you guys see on the news, that they just kind of abandoned it. And then over Afghanistan, we had every day was different. You know, you had many different tasks. I mean, you do patrols, logistical, statistical. You know, we go to FOBs or COPS, which are forward operation base, combat outpost. You know, we'd go out there, set up a perimeter, work on the base. You know, either take down the base or extend it. You know, we'd even meet up with another engineering element. We'd go out and provide security operations with the horizontal element. You know, digging new roads, do missions with the infantry, trying to help them build new roads. You know, not only to better themselves, but to help the populace over there. You know, ultimately trying to defeat the Taliban, fight against them. You know, create new routes to try and choke them out.
What did you do before you volunteered?
Well, I was in high school. I joined when I was 17, so I didn't really do much.
So, what inspired you, if anything, to keep going?
Yeah, I really believe in it. You know, American core values. You know, I'm fascinated by all the patriots that have come and gone in this country. You know, I really, you know, history. I loved history in school, and you know, it really stuck with me. You know, my grandfather served in World War II. He didn't really talk about it much. He's gone now, but you know, he had made it up. He achieved the rank of Staff Sergeant. You know, and he had served with valor, and you know, it was something that I'd always appreciated, the way he handled himself. So you know, those elements, and you know, just the patriotic spirit. You know.
What was the most important experience you had in the military?
The most important experience I'd have to say was probably lessons learned, the values that they instill in you. You know, they shape and mold you to be a certain way. Not only to take orders, but also to, you know, take direction and ultimately shape and mold you into that person that's going to be given direction or given orders. The team building skills. Yeah, I mean, you could just, I could go on, but, you know, I need a couple minutes to really put it all together. I mean, the values that they've taught me are, I mean, you can't put a price on it, you know.
So, what kind of advice would you give to someone looking to volunteer today?
I would say, you know, absolutely 100% go for it. You know, your country needs you now more than ever in an ever-changing world of evil. If you're thinking about doing it, I would say hammer down and go for it. You know, it's only going to benefit your country. You're only going to benefit yourself. I mean, if we don't have people volunteering and people going, you know, I don't want to speculate, but if someone's thinking about doing it, I would 100% back them, and I would do it again 100% if I just start over.
How did your service in the military affect your life today?
That was great. You know, like to go back on a couple questions ago, you know, it just teaches you, you know, invaluable lessons. You know, it's opened up so many doors on the civilian side. You know, you make new friends. You know, you just learn values that, you know, you're not going to be taught, you know, if you take the college route. You know, my advice would be do the military first and then go to college afterwards. You know, one hand helps the other.
Indeed. Right, with the GI Bill, you get a free college, right?
You do. You get, well, up to 100% tuition.
Ah.
So that's pretty much where all your money goes. And then you can apply for other things. I believe there's other little kickers here and there that can help out with expenses in college. But, you know, Massachusetts offers 100% tuition for being in the National Guard. I mean, it's, you know, you talk to people that go to college, I mean, they're paying it off 25 years later.
That's definitely a good deal.
So, yeah. It's just their little thank you.
Now, with the Massachusetts National Guard, how is it organized? Is there like certain units in the Massachusetts National Guard, or
There is.
what unit did you serve with?
I was with the 180th Engineers and the 181st Engineers.
Keep an eye on your time. What time do you want me to
It's
We're at,
disturb you again?
we're at 8 minutes 20 seconds. So
Yeah.
let's move on.
9:15.
Okay.
Thanks.
But,
Can you cut that out?
yeah, we can count that.
Okay. All right. Where were you? Ask the question again.
You said you were with the 183rd Engineers?
181st.
181st.
Currently, I'm with the 181st Engineers. Prior to that, I was with the 180th Engineers, Yankee Division. Yankee Division is also where the United States military started.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they had the Salem muster back in 1775. Don't quote me on that 1775 until you look it up, all right? But the Salem muster, pretty much, actually, I have a ceremony coming up next weekend. It was made up of, you know, infantry, artillery, and engineers. And what they did was they all gathered, you know, all the boys. I mean, you know about them, just, I mean, the Adams, the Reveres, you know, you've heard about them all. They gathered in Salem and they said, listen, like, you know, we don't like what Britain's doing with us. Pretty much the reason we threw the tea in the harbor, not to get into all this history lesson, but, you know, Yankee Division, what I'm in now, is where it all started. So they gathered, you know, so like I said, the engineers, the infantry, and the artillery. All three, you know, players played a great role. I mean, ultimately, the unit I was with were the ones back in Christmas Day, 1775, when the engineers were the ones that rowed the boat across the Delaware River.
Big fans of small beginnings.
Yeah, to go have a chat with the
Indeed.
Brits.
Is there anything else you want to tell us, or any other questions, or?
I can get with you guys again later. I'm a little more prepared.
Awesome. There actually is another interview session coming up tomorrow. It's from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock at the American Legion in Manchester. I believe there are flyers over in the room over there about it, and if it's also
I know where it is.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll be conducting more interviews, and if you want to conduct a more in-depth interview,
Yeah.
by all means, that'd be
Stop
great.
by.
Okay. Yeah. I'll see if I can come by. Definitely.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
So yeah, the flyers are over there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. Man.
Thank
you know, hey,
Great.
as long as my face isn't on camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can arrange that. But thank you.
'Cause I
Thank
used to
you.
be a good actor, but now I just I'll find myself on the camera and just be like, ah, fuck.
Well, thank you.
So,
Regardless.
yeah.